Hello everyone. So today let's study about energy pyramids. Energy pyramid, it is a graphical representation that shows the amount of energy available at each trophic level in a food chain. It is typically like a pyramid because the amount of energy decreases as it moves from one trophic level to the next. So this image, it represents an energy pyramid that illustrates the flow of energy through different trophic levels in an ecosystem. So first is the base level, that is producers. The base of the pyramid consists of producers, typically plants, algae, that converts solar energy into chemical energy through photosynthesis. This level has the most energy available because producers capture energy directly from the sun. Then first order consumers. These are herbivores that feed on producers, for example, insects, rabbits, deers. They obtain energy by consuming producers. However, only a portion of the energy from producers is transferred to this level due to energy loss, mainly through metabolic processes and heat. Then second order consumers. These are carnivores and omnivores that feed on primary consumers like birds, small mammals, reptiles. Energy continues to decrease as it moves up the pyramid, with secondary consumers receiving less energy compared to primary consumers due to further losses. Third order consumers or tertiary consumers, these are top predators that feed on secondary consumers. Examples, large predators like hawks, wolves, big cats. This level has the least energy available as it is at the top of the pyramid with the highest energy loss through the trophic levels below. Now the arrow, you can see decreasing energy. It shows that energy diminishes or decreases as it moves up each trophic level. This is due to the inefficiency of energy transfer, with a significant portion lost as heat during metabolic process. The note at the bottom of the image, it emphasizes that the most energy is available at the producer level. This is because producers are the first to capture energy from the sun, and subsequent levels receive progressively less energy. Types of ecological pyramids. So there are three types of ecological pyramids: pyramid of numbers, pyramid of biomass, and pyramid of energy. Pyramid of numbers. Now it is a graphical representation that shows the number of individual organisms at each trophic level in a food chain within an ecosystem. It provides understanding into the population sizes of different species and their roles in the ecosystem. Now you can see at the base level, producers are there. The base of the pyramid, it represents the producers such as plants, algae. These are usually the most numerous because they form the foundation of the food chain by producing energy through photosynthesis. Then is the second level, primary consumers. So the next level includes primary consumers or herbivores that feed on the producers. The number of individuals at this level is typically lower than the number of producers because each herbivore consumes multiple plants. Then secondary consumers or carnivores that eat herbivores make up the third level. The number of secondary consumers is usually lower than that of primary consumers because each carnivore needs to be needs to consume multiple herbivores to meet its energy needs. Then fourth level is the tertiary consumers. At the top of the pyramid are tertiary consumers, which are predators that eat secondary consumers. These top predators are usually the fewest in number because they require a large number of prey to sustain themselves. Now, a pyramid of numbers visually represents the population sizes of different species at each trophic level, and generally the number of individual decreases as you move up to the pyramid from producers to top predators. This reflects the energy loss at each trophic level, where only a small fraction of energy is transferred from one level to the next. In the image you can see, from the producer to the top carnivore, the number of the individuals are decreasing. In producers it was 15 lakh, then herbivores it was 2 lakh, then 90,000, then finally to 1. And the shape of the pyramid of numbers, it can vary depending on the specific ecosystem and the organisms involved. While many pyramids are upright, some can be inverted or spindle shaped as well. Pyramid of biomass. Now it is a graphical representation that shows the total biomass, that is mass of living or organic matter present at each trophic level in an ecosystem per unit area. Now this is the pyramid of biomass for the terrestrial ecosystem. Now you can see at the base is the producers. The largest section at the bottom represents the producers. The biomass is 1000 kg. These include plants, grasses in a terrestrial ecosystem, which forms the base of the food chain and generate biomass through photosynthesis. Then second level is herbivores. So these are herbivores which consume the producers. Biomass you can see it is 100 kg, decreased, less than that of the producers. So the animals over here are like deer, rabbits and other herbivorous species that feed on plants. Then primary carnivores. These primary carnivores, they feed on the herbivores. Biomass again is decreased 10 kg, and the organisms present here could be predators like wolves or smaller carnivorous animals. Then top carnivores found at the apex of the pyramid. It is the smallest section at the top. It represents the top carnivores. Now you can see the biomass is least over here. It is 1 kg. So it is typically a large predator such as a lion that sits at the top of the food chain. So upright shape of this biomass pyramid, it is typical of terrestrial ecosystems where producers have the greatest biomass and it declines at each higher trophic level. This pyramid illustrates the foundational role of producers in sustaining the ecosystem as they convert solar energy into biomass that supports all the other trophic levels. Typically, pyramids of biomass are upright, meaning that the biomass decreases as you move up the trophic levels from producers to top predators. However, in certain ecosystems, such as aquatic environments, the pyramid can be inverted as well. Pyramid of energy. It is a graphical representation that shows the amount of energy present at each trophic level in a food chain per unit area and per unit time. This type of pyramid provides a clear and accurate depiction of the flow of energy through an ecosystem. Now you can see this is a structure of pyramid of energy. So at the base producers are there. This level typically has the highest energy content because producers convert solar energy into chemical energy which fuels the entire ecosystem. Second level is primary consumers. So only these primary consumers, they feed on producers. So over here only about 10% of energy from producers is transferred to the primary consumers as the majority is used by the producers for their own metabolic activities and lost as heat. Then third level is secondary consumers that feed on carnivores. They receive approximately 10% of the energy stored in the primary consumers. Energy continues to decrease as it moves up each trophic levels. Then tertiary consumers, that is the top of the pyramid. Now these organisms, they receive the least amount of energy, typically only about 10% of the energy from the secondary consumers due to the cumulative energy losses at preceding level. Energy decreases significantly as it moves up the trophic levels. This is because at each step, a large portion of energy is used for metabolic processes and is lost as heat, making only a small fraction available to the next level. Then pyramids of energy are always upright because energy transfer between trophic levels is inefficient with a consistent decrease in available energy as one moves up the pyramid. Pyramid of numbers, pyramid of biomass, they can be upright or inverted, but pyramid of energy is always upright because the energy it decreases with each trophic level.